Hello everyone, I am Dr. Juma Shankar, Associate Professor in the Department of Pediatrics at the All India Institute of Medical Sciences. My topic for this series of webinar is Management of Multisystem Inflammatory Syndrome related to SARS-CoV-2 in children. The outline of this webinar would be, we will attempt to understand the spectrum of the multisystem inflammatory syndrome, review the investigations we can order and their relevance, the cardiovascular support and drug therapy which has been used in these cases. We will briefly review the data from India and abroad. We will discuss an algorithm based approach for tropical countries, and finally the challenges that are anticipated while managing these cases. I will start with a case we managed in June 2020. A 6-year-old boy presented to the ED with an acute febrile illness with mucocutaneous rash and lymphadenopathy. On examination in the emergency department, he was found to be in shock and respiratory distress and managed accordingly. In addition, he had mucocutaneous involvement, bilateral cervical adenopathy and edema of hands and feet. The differential diagnosis considered in the emergency and ICU at this point of time were Kawasaki disease with shock, toxic shock syndrome and sepsis associated multi-organ dysfunction syndrome. The index case fulfilled the case definition of Kawasaki disease. But was it Kawasaki disease or was it COVID-19 related MISC we needed to explore? The investigations done at the time of admission revealed elevated markers of inflammation such as ESR, CRP, PCT and serum ferritin. We also got a COVID-19 test by RT-PCR which was reported to be negative. In view of the shock and suspected myocarditis, we performed an echocardiography which showed left ventricular dysfunction and borderline elevated troponin I. Tests for common infections such as dengue, scrub, typhoid were all negative. However, the total antibody test for SARS-CoV-2 was positive. As per the criteria laid down by the WHO and the CDC, a child who is presenting with fever, who has elevated markers of inflammation with 2 or more organ involvement and is positive for antigen or antibody for SARS-CoV-2 is suspected to have MISC. And the index case fulfilled the case definition laid down by both these organizations and was therefore diagnosed as a case of MISC. When we suspect MISC, apart from routine laboratory investigations, we need to send markers of hyperinflammation and perform echocardiography. Severe illness has been found to be associated with elevated markers of inflammation such as CRP, PCT and interleukin 6 levels. As of today, the pathogenesis and spectrum of MISC is not clearly understood. A dysregulated innate immune response to the viral antigen results in cytokine storm, endothelial dysfunction and the resulting multi-organ dysfunction that follows. The illness therefore may mimic one of these conditions. 1. It may mimic KD with or without shock. 2. There may be just hyperinflammation with myocarditis. And 3. There may be hyperinflammation and multi-organ dysfunction without myocarditis. In a recently published large case series of 570 children with multisystem inflammatory syndrome, the authors could classify these children into 3 classes. Class 1 comprised of 35% of the cases, 98% were serology positive and had more than 6 organ involvement. Class 2 comprised of 30% of the cases and these children presented with acute COVID-like infection. They had ARDS, 84% were RT-PCR positive and this group had the highest mortality. Class 3 comprised of patients presenting with KD or KD-like illness and in more than 60% the children were positive for SARS-CoV-2 antibodies. The cardiovascular support has to be tailored according to the clinical presentation that we just saw. Broadly, it comprises of antibiotics, IV immunoglobulins and steroids. Steroids are considered as the first line therapy in these cases due to their potent anti-inflammatory effect and may be given at a dose of 2 mg per kg orally till markers of inflammation subside, following which they are tapered over next 2 weeks. In severe cases with shock, we could try pulse methylprednisolone at a dose of 30 mg per kg per day for 5 days and tapered over 2 weeks. The concerns are there are no clinical trials and there are concerns with superadded bacterial infection with the use of these agents. IVIG is the other drug commonly used at a dose of 2 grams per kg over 24 hours as infusion. Again, the concerns are there are no clinical trials and there are cost and availability issues. Some of the other drugs that are considered are antibiotics to cover infections, antiplatelet drugs such as aspirin in KD-like illness, anticoagulants such as enoxaparin. These are considered in older children or in those with elevated D dimers till 2 weeks after discharge. And now let us see how cases in the US, UK and India have presented during the pandemic. In the UK series of 78 cases, 40% had coronary aneurysm and more than 70% required immunoglobulins and steroids. In the US series of 570 cases, 50% had myocarditis and more than 80% received IVIG and steroids. From India, 2 case series have been reported from Chennai and Mumbai. The median age was more than 6 years and more than 60% had myocarditis. Majority had received immunoglobulins and steroids and there was only 1 death. This slide shows a suggested algorithmic approach to multisystem inflammatory syndrome. Accordingly, if a previously healthy child presents with a history of fever during the COVID-19 pandemic, first of all, we need to rule out the common causes including dengue, scrub, leptospirosis, malaria, enteric fever and other suspected bacterial infection. And also we need to screen for COVID as per guidelines. If there are features of KD, then do an echocardiography and send tests for markers of inflammation. If the markers of inflammation are elevated, then manage shock, respiratory distress, add antibiotics and start immunoglobulins at 2 grams per kg over 12 to 24 hours. In this group of children, assess for improvement in fever and inflammatory markers. If there is no improvement or there is worsening, we may consider repeat immunoglobulins, IL-6 inhibitors, continuous steroids, aspirin if COVID-19 is positive for antigen, antibody or there is history of close contact. If there is improvement, taper steroids over 2 weeks, continue aspirin for 6 to 8 weeks and repeat an echocardiography at 2 and 6 weeks for coronary artery involvement. If there is no involvement, we may stop aspirin. If there are no features of KD and presentation is like sepsis, septic shock, TSS, multi-organ dysfunction, then we send appropriate investigation and start broad spectrum antibiotics. We perform echocardiography to rule out a myocardial dysfunction, and if there are features of myocardial dysfunction or injury, we may consider IVIG or steroids on a case-to-case basis. If there is no response in 48 hours and repeat COVID-19 test is positive, in this group of children, we may consider to repeat a dose of IVIG or give IL-6 inhibitors. So, this is a suggested algorithm and the treatment has to be individualized based on the case. Now, while managing these children, there are several challenges we may face from low middle income countries. The challenges we faced while managing this child and may face for similar cases from our country include clinical challenges such as overlap with other tropical infections, non-availability of serology test for SARS-CoV-2 antibodies, and to decide about what drugs to be administered and when. Others will be challenges with resource availability such as echocardiography may not be available in all centers, laboratory testing for inflammatory markers may be unavailable, there may be issues with availability of PICU bed, ventilators or IVIG. To summarize, MISC is an emerging spectrum of vasculitis and inflammation due to SARS-CoV-2 infection. The spectrum may vary from KD or KD-like illness to sepsis, MOTS-like illness, and the presentation is similar to what we are observing in the West. The first line therapy is steroids and IVIG, and immunomodulatory therapy and antivirals are reserved for refractory cases and severe disease. An algorithm-based approach is suggested for a child with multisystem inflammatory syndrome. However, we have to individualize based on the presentation. While managing these patients, we may face unique challenges and especially from resource limited settings. Thank you.